I'll tell you what to do, how to do. Yeah. My screen is visible. Hello, my screen is visible to all? Yes, okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, first of all, I think you have read about this Botai 2 tool. First of all, what this Botai 2 tool will do, I'll tell you in detail, and what are the commands that we have to run during whenever we are doing work with differential gene expression. Okay. First of all, if you have installed Botai 2, what is the first step? The first step is to build an index file. There would be a small program inside the Botai 2 tool folder. In Botai 2 tool folder will be there whenever you install Botai 2. There is a folder named by Botai. Inside that folder, there is a small script, like the name of that script is written as Botai to build. See here, Botai to build. There is a script. The name is Botai to build. So what to build with this Botai 2? We have to run by typing in our command prompt as Botai to build. Next, our assembled file. Assembled file means the file that we have assembled before finding functions. Means whole. Either we can extract our sequences which are important for which are the sequences belongs to our particular target gene. We can also extract those sequences, but note one thing: those sequences should be in FASTA format. Means I have selected whole assembled data .fa. Means name of the folder is .fa. Any name, for example, if you are working on any other, if I am working on t.fa, if you are working on stevia.fa, any, means you can rename the file whatever you are working. .fa should be the, that is basically the assembled file, means the file which contain the assembled sequences obtained from CLC Workbench or Trinity. And followed by space, we should type index. Either index or either any other name, but index is the better thing. Basically, what is the function of this Botai to build? Basically, by Botai to build command, we will give the reference for the genes for which we are doing differential gene expression. It will build as index file for Botai 2. For our next step, what to do, means here in this first step we have built index for Botai 2 running, and we have built this index from our assembled file only. Okay. After this, we'll get 6 different files in our folder, in our target folder. Okay. We don't have anything to do with those files, means index will be generated automatically in the folder. In our next step, Botai to index, we have to type Botai to index -1. -1 means this is basically first hyphen first, we have to type this. This means this is basically the raw data that I can rename this data as well. Basically, this is the raw data. I'll again retype this. I'll type forward fast queue. If I have type reverse fast queue. This is in GZ, what we have extracted our fast queue files. What is the meaning of forward and reverse? If our file is pair end, then there are two files in FASTQ format. One is forward, one is reverse. But if our file is single ended, then only one, we have to type only forward sequence, and we have type here S, means single ended file. But this is not the single end file, this is pair end file. And what to do? Bow tie to index, we have to say -1 for forward.fastq file and -2 for reverse.fastq file, and output should be generated in SAM format, whatever output you need. Now the thing is, what is this forward fastq and what is this reverse fastq? If this forward fastq and reverse fastq is related to disease, then we select only disease condition, means we are running for disease condition for one condition only. Then we will select forward fastq and reverse fastq, means other data from normal condition. Finally, we'll select our reads, how many reads are mapped in normal condition and how many reads mapped in disease condition. Then we'll find those mapped reads in output.sam. But how to calculate, how to read those, means how many reads are there for forward for disease and normal condition? We should install one more tool known as SAM tool. We can view and we can convert this SAM to BAM format, and by using again SAM tool view output.bam that we have converted, we can easily sort unique reads, and this is the command basically to find the how many unique reads are mapped to our particular sequences. And what will we get after? First of all, we have to do this, then this, how many conditions are there, you have to run this in if you have 10 conditions, you have to run this 10 times, because in 10 conditions, for example, I have samples of let us talk about COVID. I have samples of COVID related to different ethnic groups. For example, European, there are two conditions of Europe, there are two conditions of Asia, there are two conditions of America, there are two conditions of Chinese, means there are 10 conditions. I have to run first for normal condition, then for disease condition related to one particular group. How much data I have selected, I have to run this that number of times. Then finally, we can convert our SAM format to BAM format, and after converting BAM format, we can easily extract our sequences with reads by using this particular command. Now, what kind of result we'll get? For example, these are the unique genes related to T. This is the particular function of these genes. I have to find how many reads mapped in normal condition and how many disease. By using this particular last command, I'll easily get how many normal reads mapped to unique these sequences and how many disease in this condition. Now, our second work is normalization. Normalization of normal condition and disease condition. Basically, this is a condition, and normalization is basically about all mapped reads in whole experiment. Now, this is the normalization. First of all, I'll type capital N underscore normalization. Why I have typed this capital N? Capital N normalization means I have normalized normal condition. Now, capital D underscore normalization. This is the normalization for disease condition. Very simple thing. we have to do, first of all, what to do? We'll see how to calculate RPKM values. There is a simple technique, RPKM calculation. Basically, I know, but how to calculate, you can easily, first of all, what is RPKM formula? We can easily do this formula in Linux system so that everybody can easily employ this formula in calculation of disease and normal conditions. See, this is the formula. RPKM is equal to number of reads divided by gene length divided by 1000 into total number of reads divided by, this is 1 million, I think. Okay, so how to find the normalization? For this normalization, first of all, we need the length. This is the first step. Now, how to calculate the length of genes? That is already that will get from our assembled data. There is a simple command. For example, I want to find what is the length of this particular. I have to type only is equal to len. This is the 23 length for this. For example, this is just for example, but this is the length of 24. By this same manner, we can calculate the length of whole transcript as well. For example, the length of this transcript is 300. For second transcript, it is 400. This is for example. And it is again 350. And we can say 380. And we can say 480. Randomly, I am giving some lengths. And easily calculate the length by typing is equal to length and on that length, and you have to write the mention the length here. I'll just drag this. What is normalization? Basically, normalization is RPKM value of normal reads. I'll type here RPKM values. And for disease conditions, again RPKM, we have to calculate RPKM. How to calculate this RPKM? Just type is equal to, what was the formula? First of all, number of reads. First of all, number of reads. How many reads are there? Can we easily calculate is equal to, can easily calculate by this only. Autosum. 1 minute. Is 1200 for normal condition, and how many total number of reads for disease condition? Autosum. This is 1380. And how to calculate? First of all, it is number of reads is equal to how many number of reads are there? 1200 means I have to select this number of reads divided by, what was that formula? Gene length into 1000 divided by, first of all, number of reads, sorry, by gene length. Gene length. What is the gene length? This is the length of gene. I have to select this gene length from this to this. Okay, then, oh sorry, length is basically this to this. Then again, gene length, because we have to select each gene length, divided by 1000 inside this only, divided by, and then into total number of reads, total number of reads. Okay, there is a mistake. Total number of reads is this. First of all, this is not this. Again, I'll repeat this, please. Please, again, I'll repeat, is equal to, first of all, number of reads. Reads are only 10. In bracket, number of reads are 10. These are number of reads, mapped reads. Of reads divided by gene length. What is the length of gene? Started from here. This is the length of gene divided by 1000 into total number of reads divided by into total number of reads. How many total number of reads are there? This is the total number of reads divided by 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the RPKM formula for first. Means this is the normalized reads. This is the normalized reads for normal condition. I have to drag it down. Divided by 0. What is the problem? I don't know. C3. One, two, three, four, five, six. It's normal. Then there. D18. Okay. Present. Here I have type one thing D17. This is actually 1200. I have to type 1200. Total number of reads upon this. Total number of reads are 1200 actually. Now this remains with 1200 for each and every condition. Now these are the normalized reads for normal condition, RPKM values for normal condition. Now I have to calculate RPKM values for disease conditions as well. How to calculate? Is equal to, first of all, number of reads. How many number of reads are there? For disease condition, this is the number of reads. And then divided by, what was the formula? Number of reads divided by gene length into 1000. Gene length. Gene length is 300 into 1000. And then not into, this is gene length divided by 1000. This is gene length divided by 1000 into we can see into total number of reads and 10 raised to power 6 into total number of reads. How many? 1380. 1380 divided by this is the normalized condition for this is the normalized reads for disease conditions. We have to normalize our reads by putting this formula only by manual forms, but we can use some other tools as well. For example, there is a DGE Ajar, but for that we need some scripting. So this is the easiest way to calculate normal versus disease condition. Now see which gene is overexpressing and which gene is down regulating. Just calculate DGE. If I am calculating normal versus disease, then what to do is equal to this is normal condition divided by this is disease condition. Enter. This is 0.575 normal versus disease. So I can see that this is the 2.3. This is 2.3 times upregulating. This is 1 time upregulating. Only times. This is 1.15 times. I will select only the reads which are upregulating to more than 2 folds. Here I can select this particular. Now what is the function? I can write. Now again I'll do TG, but this time disease versus normalized. See, total difference. Here 1.7, here 0.5. How many reads which are 2 times? There is no read which is 2 times. Only in this particular means this is not the exact data. This is just for your knowledge. I can say normal versus disease. This is the read which is over regulating in normal conditions. Okay. And for disease condition, if this was more than 2, then I can select this for one particular disease condition and normal condition in order to dissect which kind of gene I have selected after differential gene expression. And this is the only differential gene expression which we can easily view by using heat map experiments. This is just Botai2 and differential gene expressions, and we can easily select the genes from differential gene expression. Now, if you have any query, because this is very important thing, and how to implement this formula, that's why I want to show you when everybody is there who is interesting. So I have delayed this class previously as well. Now, if you have any query, please ask.
Sir, for differential gene expression, we do not need any software. We can calculate by Excel sheet only.
This is the easiest way that I have shown you. There are softwares as well, but the results will remain same.
Okay, sir.
Because I have cross-checked these things, and this is the easiest way that everyone can do. If you need some softwares, there is a Edge R software that will use R language only. And there is a DGSec softwares as well. Means you need some R language for those softwares. Okay, so I'm not going to that part, how to write those codes and how to, because for that you need to know what is that language. I think Partha may know the languages, but for other people it will be hard. This is the easiest way that you can easily calculate by using Excel. I have published papers by using Excel only.
Okay, sir. And sir, the threshold value has to be kept 2. So we have to always take genes which are above 2, upregulated by 2 or downregulated by 2.
This is twofold. This is not means 1 by 2. 2 here, 2 means if 1 is 5, other is 2 means this is 4 times more. This is two folds. Okay. That I have selected for my study, but you can select more than one fold as well. One fold is basically 2 times. Two fold is 4 times.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Any other? Partha and Josh?
No, sir.
Basically, this was an important thing in NGS, and you have to implement this thing in NGS, because after differential gene expression, you will be able to find which gene is regulating either up or down. You can also select down regulated genes. From, in this case, this is the up regulating. If you can say in disease condition which gene is down regulating, this is 0.4. In disease condition which gene is more down regulating, this is 0.4 is the lowest, and other are basically 1.1. No, means you can select based on the values, based on the data which is available. I have selected only few data, but almost everybody select. I have seen many publications, but in my single paper, when data was very less, I have selected more than one fold as well in hypothetical proteins of T. That was transcriptomic data. Okay, this is differential gene expression, and after differential gene expression, I have found some genes. Now I can target those genes. What is the protein product of that those genes? What is the structure of that particular protein? Either that is a virulent protein or not, because right now I have selected only 15 sequences. If I have 1 lakh sequences, I have 50,000 sequences, 10,000, maybe I'll be able to find 200 or 300 genes which are upregulating with more than two folds. After that, how many genes are related to our target? For example, immune system. For example, what is the work you want to find? What is the work related to which you are targeting those particular genes? You can easily find. And what is the pathway those genes are regulating? Now you can easily say this is the pathway we are these are the genes by which this particular pathway is affected. If we'll increase the expression of this gene, might be that particular condition or disease can be cured. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Any other query? This was the important. This was the important, very important part of whole NGS, because everything is normal. Assembly softwares are available, but for this we need some type of expertise in programming. But if anybody don't have any expertise in programming, even students from biology background, they don't know how to run Excel formulas as well. So I have simplified these things so that everybody can easily calculate such type of calculations. Okay, I think this is the simplest form for you. Still, if you are not able to understand, then I can repeat this thing as well, but it is up to you. I think this is the simplest thing. After that, everything will be complex. Okay, and after this there is a last lecture, might be on Monday. Might be on Monday, because I am facing lots of internet issues due to some ongoing protests. Maybe you are aware of all those things. Currently, I am in J&K, Jammu and Kashmir, and so I have just managed today. That's why I called everybody in emergency, so that we will be able to complete our class. If you have any query till today, you have any query of related to NGS, you have done anything, please ask me. The last lecture that I'll do, that would be on pathways, means how to extract the particular pathways by using these selected transcripts, so that we'll be able to predict or elucidate the particular pathways from our targeted genes, so that we'll be able to dissect that particular pathways and transcription factors as well. Okay, that will be the last lecture, because firstly we just means that I assume that you have learned the things. For example, how to extract the NGS data in FASTQ format, how to filter that data, after filtering how to assemble that data, after assembly how to find the functional annotation. For example, by using BLAST we'll be able to find functions. After that, how to calculate the differential expression. Now pathway is the remaining part in NGS class. Okay, now if you have any other query, please ask. because either you can ask in last lecture as well, maybe on Monday or Tuesday. Okay, means whenever internet will be normal, I'll inform you, so that either I think till Monday it will be normal, everything will be normal on Monday, I think so. But we have to deal like that only. And on Monday you should be prepared with some idea on NGS. For example, Swanti, you told last time related to cataract from normal and disease condition. If any gene is related to cataract, do you aware of those things? If there is any gene which is responsible for this cataract problem?
Yes, sir, I had written it. I'll mail you the details or I'll share it next time. I'll make a presentation.
Yeah, please make a presentation and tell me those genes
So
are.
the problem is that neither I have Linux system nor there is anything I can work on. Like this laptop is old.
No
So
problem,
that
no problem. Actually, that is
okay.
not the issue. That work will be done. Work can be done by taking some help from other persons as well. But idea should be there. For example, if you have particular genes related to cataract, and then we can easily mine the data related to cataract condition and normal condition. Then we'll compare the data and we'll find that how much means how much things are there, and how to which gene is particularly upregulating and down regulating, and what is the function of that particular gene, we can easily target. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, any other query? Okay, Josh, you can leave, no problem. Okay, see you in next class. Okay, thank you. Okay, and that's all for today, I think. If you have any query, you can ask.
So can we study the gene association also from this differential gene expression?
No, 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 no. That is a separate part. Gene association studies, basically, you are talking about GWAS, genome wide association studies. That is for marker minings.
Okay, sir.
Are you looking for marker mining? I'll give you one script. For example, how to mine single sequence repeats, single nucleotide polymorphisms. That is a separate work actually. That is for markers. If you want to see how many this gene is particular gene is present in other group or not, that is a marker mining. That is a separate thing.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, and see you in next class. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.